What's up, guys? Today we're playing Epic 7, and I want you to be the best players that you can be. And to do this, we need to find ways to maximize our rewards. One big thing in Epic 7 is being able to utilize the currency they give you to go into the shop and know what to buy. The problem is, it's not always clear. So today we're going to go into all of our different shops and look at exactly what's worth it and what you should buy to improve your game. So let's get started. We're going to start off today in our main shop. This is the one that you can access from your lobby where you log into the game. It's on the bottom left hand side. And specifically, we're going to start in the normal shop. Now, this is going to be a place where you get your bookmarks. It's also going to be a place where you can get other items to help you progress in the game. So let's go ahead and look at each one. The first one up is Covenant Bookmarks. Now, if you need instant gratification, if you don't have time and you really need to get the hero, I would say come in and buy your Covenant Bookmarks, but try and get the 50 if you can. As you can see, you'll save 50 Sky Stones by buying them in bulk, and this is going to be equivalent to about one daily quest of your income, which we get, like 50 Sky Stones a day, right? So, if you're going to do it, I would say definitely buy the 50 over the 5 because it saves you. But as we looked at this in the past, the Garo shop is going to be a much more cost effective way for you to get your bookmarks. When we were refreshing the shop, we saw that over 1,000 refreshes that we were saving 25 or 28% on our sky stones, which is really great. But it does have a cost. You're going to have to spend time and you're going to have to spend gold in order to save your sky stones, so you have to decide which one is going to be right for you. I would say that the best option is for you to refresh a shop, but break it up into chunks. Every day, do 5 refreshes or 10 refreshes, or keep refreshing until you get a Covenant bookmark or a Mystic Medal. Buy it and then move on with what you're going to do for that day. I really don't want to be a zombie refreshing all day long because it's not very satisfying. You don't really get anything. What you're doing is you're setting yourself up to get something later, but on that day, it's kind of mindless, and I recommend going it a little bit at a time to help you with the monotony. Next up is going to be gold. I'm going to say you should never buy gold from this shop ever under any circumstance, and here's why. Let's say that we have the first one up, 120 sky stones for 150,000 gold. If I go down and I buy 120 sky stones of energy, this means that I'm going to get about 240, or I can buy it 4 times. If I take that energy and I go into my hunts, you get something like 25,000 each, and I could do 10 or 12 hunts with that 240 energy. And so that's going to equal more than 200,000 gold. You're already getting a bonus of 50,000 gold if you're doing your hunt. But most importantly is that doing a hunt gives you the opportunity to get better gear. You'll get other things. You'll get size cones that drop. You'll get bookmarks that drop. You'll get mystic metals. You'll get a lot of items that you're not going to get just from buying the gold in your shop, especially Reforge. Think of how much gear you need to Reforge. Buying the gold doesn't help any way for you to improve your heroes. So I'm going to say go ahead and skip all of the gold purchases with your sky stones and instead refresh energy. Speaking of energy, you should be using all of your leaves to buy your energy. Now you don't have to use it here. As you're going through and you're doing your background battling, as you're doing your auto battle, you'll have an opportunity to use your leaves at that time. I would say don't carry more than 150 leaves at any given time, or about what you can use in a weekend if there is an event like a collaboration or a buff event that gives you extra gold or extra materials from doing those types of missions. Me, I burn through them every single time there's a hunt event. However much I save up in between events, all gets burned, And then I go on and I start burning sky stones. In the last event, I went from 70 million to over 100 million gold in just a weekend. So, this is something that you can do to really further your game. We need the gold to be able to increase our gear, to level up a lot of our stuff. And so, make sure that what you're doing is utilizing what you have available to you. If you have 500, 900, 1,000 leaves, you're leaving so much on the table, so much room for improvement on your heroes, and I think that you should be burning this. Now, if I had 900 leaves, and I've seen it, I've seen guys with over 1,000, I would be using them every day until I got down to a manageable amount. Like, let's say below 500, right? And this is going to be a lot better for you to make sure that you get those rewards. The flags are definitely worth it, and they're worth it much more now than they ever have been. With the inclusion of background battling, this has enabled us to do arena and do hunts to get gear at the exact same time. In the past, you had to choose, do I want to do something that's fun or do I want to do something that I have to do? And now with background battling, you can do both. So I definitely recommend buying flags. Now, what I would do is I would buy the flags from the friendship first, and I would make sure that your timers are low or high before you buy any flags. Right now, if I were to buy 5 flags, this timer is going to completely reset to 1 hour, which means that I lose 38 minutes of charge time for basically no reason. If you're going in and doing a ton of arena and you're just doing it over and over and over again, it probably doesn't matter. If you are going in and you think that you're going to start doing arena and you haven't started yet, but your timer is going, wait till it hits 0 and then go ahead and buy so that you keep as much charge time as you can. And that way you get free flags without resetting your timer. Now we're going to skip the milestone in time. We're going to talk about this, but I am going to skip this for right now, and we're going to go into the XP booster. Under no circumstance should you buy the XP booster, even if you're low level, even if you're brand new to the game. Experience booster is not going to help you progress at a level where the sky stones are going to benefit you. Now, what I mean by that is you have a long road. If you're even considering the XP booster, you have a ton of time to play the game, to level up, to get your heroes going, and to develop your teams. The XP booster is not going to be a method that you can use to fast track that. You're going to get stuck. You're going to get stuck with not having enough evolution material. You're going to get stuck with not having enough gear, and it's just going to expand. And then what's going to happen is you've spent the sky stones, but you could have used those sky stones for something else, like more energy or getting a hero or other things that we're going to talk about. So I definitely recommend not using the XP booster at all under any circumstance. Now, I promised that what we would do is go back and talk about that special little key, and it's going to be here in your book of memories. So we can see it right here at the top. It's called Milestone in Time. Now, what this is going to allow you to do is to open one of these past side stories that you might have missed and get all the rewards again. So it's very possible that you would have gotten through and done it the first time. Now you can do it again and get the rewards a second time, but you can't get them a third time. So once you make this purchase, it's done. Don't think that you can keep spending your 900 sky stones and doing it over and over again. So what happens here is you click on your main rewards button and it goes through and tells you everything that you're going to get for reliving the side story. In this case, we have some gear and we have backgrounds. Level 78 gear will roll the exact same substats as level 85 gear. The difference is that the main stat is lower and you can't reforge it to level 90. Otherwise, I'm still using level 78 gear. It's good stuff. It will roll well and it starts with a really high score, but I don't think it's going to be worth your 900 sky stones. So as we go down, we see that we have super duper water gun shooter, which is really fun to say, but it's a really good artifact to use on support heroes when you're trying to one-shot something. You will get it over time. I'm going to say it's not worth you spending the 900 sky stones on that either. Going down the list, we see the same things. Now we come to a small miracle. A small miracle has garbage gear, so you're not pulling it for that. What you're looking at here is the skin ticket, and it says it doesn't show you how many. You get 40. It costs you, I think, 60 to buy a skin. So if you love getting skins, if you love seeing your favorite hero in a cute little outfit, this might be worth it to you. I don't care much about skins because it's very aesthetic and it doesn't help me to progress in the game. It's not going to give you more stats. It's just there to make you feel good. So if this is something that you like, no judgment. 40 skin tickets, it's right here, and you can get it for 900 sky stones. Now, the one I'm going to focus on today is going to be the Full Moon Festival. Ton of benefit here. Ton. The artifact gives you 15% crit chance to all of your allies. This is going to help you on a Soul Weaver or on a support hero to lower the gear requirement on your main damage dealers by giving you that 15% crit chance. It's especially important when you're in the beginning of the game, you haven't rolled a ton of gear, or your gear hasn't rolled a ton of crit. Really, really good artifact, and you only need the one copy. You don't have to max it out, right? The next thing is that we have the Una ingredient. This is going to give you max imprint Una. Now, Una was modeled after a real life person at Smile Gate. They did a good job. They did a good job, I'm going to say. But she's not widely used in the meta. She's still really fun. She still really has some usage. She has like an interesting animation. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you go ahead and check that out. But you can SSS her right here for free. And speaking of that, you also get her artifact. There's not a lot of heroes that have attacks that damage all enemies, but there are some that you can use as Ranger artifact on. So this might be something that's worth it for you. Then you have the last guy here, Kiki Rat version 2, collector only. Nobody uses them. Once upon a time, he was pretty good, but he doesn't really have a place in the meta. He doesn't really have a very big usage that you're able to further your game. But he looks pretty cool. You can rep him, and he's a pretty cool rep in my opinion. But he's not going to help you at all in the game. I think that Full Moon Festival is definitely worth it. And then we come to the Shadow of Ravenwing Manor. Sounds cool. What you get here is Cirilla. People like her for her personality. She's not very useful. They did give her a buff, but she's really fallen off the meta, and they only offered her that 1 year. This side story has not come back, so you can only get it right here if you want to complete your hero collection. Gotta collect them all, or you just like big personality. She comes with an artifact called Chatty. This can be useful, but I think that there are other artifacts that are better in the game, so I wouldn't waste my time here. And then there's a hit chance artifact that you really don't need. So this one is going to be only for people who want to collect all the heroes, and they're able to get them right here. And that's about it. You don't need Bask, you don't need his artifact, so I'm going to say skip the last one. If you're going to focus on coming in and doing the side story, 1, 2, and 3 are your best options for that 900 sky stones. Exploring the shops is a very important part of Epic 7, and a lot of times knowing what not to do is better than knowing what to do. So we're going to go through in future videos, and we're going to look at all the shops and exactly what you should be doing to help improve your game. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video helped you. Until next time, good luck on your battles and happy hunting.